Intra-Workout nutrition. So today I'm going to be speaking to you about 4 different things I take in my intra-workout drink, which I've seen to make a difference within my gym performance. They're all things which are good for you as part of your whole day nutrition, and also they're good for the gym. And I'm not going to talk about specific brands because I'm not sponsored by them, but I will be talking about specific things which you can buy. So it's going to save you money. Can't be fairer than that. That's pretty good. And while we're talking about sponsorship, this video is actually sponsored by Boostcamp. This is the first time I'm announcing it within a video, but essentially I partnered up with Boostcamp. Right now, as of making this video in early September, there are 2 free programs up on there. I chose to put up the beginner full body and beginner upper lower, simply because in my experience, from what I've seen in the industry, those are the ones which are widely misunderstood. I think I've seen bad versions of full bodies and upper lowers the most. Now, that might just be because they're the most popular, but either way, I wanted to put that up there. They're free. You can go check them out. There's a sign-up link in the description, which you can sign up for free. You can access the programs for free, and you can run them for however long you like. But do try those. If you are a beginner, early intermediate, looking for a good routine, try that. I have tested them with many clients over the years. They do work, and that's how you correctly program either a full body or an upper lower. The upper lower actually has 2 versions, one for a beginner, one for an intermediate. So give them a try. Anyway, that's Boostcamp. Now, let's get on with the video. So that's that. Now, with regards to the intra-workout drink, I want to just talk a bit about context. Okay, so why is it important? Now, so the goal for the intra-workout drink is to maximize performance and also hydration. So you get a crossover into your whole day nutrition, because as part of your nutrition for the day, you should be thinking about your hydration needs, because it is super important. So what I'm talking about in this video is going to relate to hydration and performance and overall health. All of these things I'm going to talk about, they impact positively your overall health, not just your gym performance. They're good for you. That's what you want. If you're doing the bodybuilding thing for longevity and health, you want to have an eye on performance, but also whole body health. So just before we go into the 4 different things that I take, just a quick one. Before a workout, I do take 200 milligrams of caffeine. I train first thing in the morning. So I'll pop my caffeine at about 6 o'clock. I'm in the gym for about 6:30, 6:45-ish. And so the benefit of caffeine I've personally found is just enhanced focus and energy. I found that during the course of the session, I'm more focused at that time in the morning, and I'm more likely to be alert. I do take the caffeine pretty much year round. I have heard people cycle that in and out, which I think is probably a fairly viable strategy, but I've generally not found that to be that beneficial for me. So I find that it helps with my performance in the gym. It means I'm much more mentally in tune with the workout, and that's half the battle. I also find that it prevents me from feeling the effects of fatigue during the course of a workout, and also I do my post-workout cardio, so it's beneficial in that respect. So generally speaking, for me, that 200 milligrams around about 30 to 45 minutes before I'm due to train. So that was just a quick note on a pre-workout. But now let's go to the intra-workout, and this is what is in my half-gallon jug, which is every bodybuilding nerd carries around a half-gallon jug, right? So the first compound I want to talk about is creatine. So creatine, you've probably all heard of creatine. It's a naturally occurring amino acid, and generally it's found in meat products mostly. So if you don't eat a lot of meat, if you're a vegetarian or vegan, for example, creatine might be even more impactful for you. But regardless, it's still a good thing, because no matter how much meat you eat, you probably don't eat enough to max out your creatine intramuscular stores. So the reason that you want to take it is it does improve your strength, it does improve your power output, it also improves your time to fatigue as well, which I think is quite useful. So your ability to rep out, which if you're bodybuilding is crucial, because you're not that interested in your maximum strength, but you are interested in your rep strength. More reps, more stress on the muscle, more gains, right? And the other thing it does is it provides hydration and cell volumization. Basically draws water into your muscles, makes you look more jacked. Who doesn't like that? Now that's one thing, but I think also another benefit to increased hydration is injury prevention. The more hydrated you are, in my experience, and from what I felt of my own training, I just feel more robust. I feel less likely to get injured. So generally speaking, what I do is I take 5 grams of creatine first thing in the morning with my intra-workout drink. So that's the first thing, okay? Next one is salt. I add in 5 grams of salt. Now, something to bear in mind, right? If you eat a relatively healthy diet, so if your diet is mostly whole foods, which mine is, I eat predominantly fruits, vegetables, and some meats and fish on top. So it's pretty much all whole foods. That's what I like to eat. Generally speaking, if you are part of this group of people where the majority of your food intake is whole foods, the fact is you're just not going to be eating a lot of salt or a lot of sodium, because mostly you're going to get in a lot of potassium from those whole foods. There's just not a lot of sodium in whole foods. So if you're used to eating, say, a standard American diet and you switch to whole foods, odds are you'll get dehydrated almost immediately. You'll need to add salt back in. And that's true for me. So what I do is I add in 5 grams of salt, which is about 2 grams of sodium, which means my total sodium intake for the day is about 4 or 5 grams, which for me means I'm nice and hydrated. I notice if I let my sodium get low, I get dehydrated. No matter how much water I drink, I just don't hold on to it. I still feel dry. And that's because I do a lot of activity. I'm a big guy. I'm training a lot. I do my cardio every day. I do sweat out a lot of sodium. So if I don't replace that sodium, I'm going to get dehydrated. My body just can't hold on to the water. So big fan of sodium personally. I think with this, it's a case of you've got to consult your doctor. If there are health issues there, if you're taking medication, for example, I don't know what the interactions are if you're taking, say, blood pressure medication. You're going to have to check that with your doctor. This is just a general video if you're a healthy, regular dude. But yeah, from my experience with salt, improves my hydration, improves my ability to work in the gym, maintains better blood flow, okay, and a pump. You literally get a better pump in the gym if you're full of sodium and water. And for me, it prevents muscle cramps. So whether that's after the workout, immediately after, or the next day, I'm much less likely to get cramps. I hardly cramp at all these days. And I do firmly believe that's due to electrolytes. I know there's been some stuff on that recently, people saying it's not related. In my experience, it is. I don't care what the research says. For me, it's related. So yeah, my recommendation, what I do is I take 5 grams of salt, which is about 2 grams of sodium, which means I total about 5 grams of sodium over the course of the day. Right, so the next one is L-citrulline. So L-citrulline was something that I experimented with about a year ago. One of my clients, Paul, shout out to Paul, he was asking me about some pre-workout compounds. And so he asked me about L-arginine, L-citrulline, and I think beta-alanine. So I purchased all 3 and I used them as part of a pre-workout stack for a number of months. I found for me, the only thing that actually made a difference was L-citrulline. It improved my pumps and blood flow massively. Like my vascularity was way improved. I was getting better pumps. So if I combine that with the sodium, my pumps are great. You makes you look quite freaky in the gym. Also, I found that it helped me to reduce the perception of fatigue across the workout. I just felt like I could go for that little bit longer, which is nice. Generally speaking, what I do is I take a higher dose of L-citrulline. I go for 10 grams. Now, this is one of the reasons why I buy each product individually. I don't buy a ready-made product at all. I buy an individual bag of L-citrulline. And so I can scoop out a higher dose because I've not seen one supplement on the market which has all of these things in the right doses. They all underdose creatine or something, right? And then ramp up the caffeine. So you can't even have a double dose. L-citrulline, 10 grams, is what the research says is an efficacious dose for the maximum impact. So that's what I take. The next one is taurine. Taurine is a bit of a sleeper. So it's an old one. People are well aware of it. It just has an enormous number of benefits. Again, hydration is a key thing. Also seems to have an interaction with other electrolytes. It seems to help you uptake other electrolytes better, like your sodium or your potassium. So that's a good thing. And it seems to reduce muscle soreness and fatigue. And I think for me, it seems to enhance my ability to contract my muscles in the gym. So that enhances my muscle connection and my pump. So for me, I go with about 5 grams of taurine as part of my intra-workout drink. So just to summarize, okay, all of these compounds, right, I use them as part of my intra-workout, but also I feel they contribute to better health in general, usually via the function of better hydration. So just to summarize the products, firstly, pre-workout, 200 milligrams of caffeine. Now, the big four intra-workout is 5 grams of creatine, 5 grams of salt, which is about 2 grams of sodium, 10 grams of L-citrulline, and 5 grams of taurine. That is the total stack. For me, the reason I feel this works really well is it has a synergistic effect. By combining all these together, I get improved performance, hydration, and recovery. This is what I've settled on, and I think is pretty much my stack for the foreseeable future. I find it helps, and I do feel like it genuinely makes a difference when I don't take it. So yeah, if you guys want to try it out, I don't have any links for you. I'm not sponsored by any of these products at all, but what I do is I buy these products individually because I have not seen a product on the market which has all of them in the right doses. So guys, thank you very much for listening. Hopefully that was useful. What you guys can do is experiment with these products if your doctor says it's okay, especially with the salt. But yeah, experiment. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what you take. And also do subscribe, like the video, comment, share your experiences with what I've been talking about. Right, guys, I will call it there. Hopefully you're all well. Speak soon. Take care.